Back escapes. We need to be able to get into back escapes with the seat belts and the collar chokes and the rear naked chokes and the arm triangles and the Ezekiels and all that kind of stuff, but you got to be able to escape the position first. And I think one of the things that a lot of people just concentrate on is escaping seat belt or escaping like full back control, which is really good, but I think that you should also escape like the most rudimentary form of the back control, because that's where it starts, right? It starts at the back taking. So for now, what we're going to do is we're just going to talk about crab riding, either with the shoulders or holding the lapels. Today we'll hold the lapels. Warming up and getting into school used to stuff like this, right? I have my hands inside of the collars. I separate his elbow from his knee. I show you on the other side, I'm separating his elbow from his knee so that I can slide my knee in and pull him with the lapel, get my hook, and when he falls over, I'm getting the choke already, so I'm locked up. Those are good ones, or just holding on to him. Again, I'm here, I drive my knee in, and I pull, hook. When I land on this side, I want to have that arm around the neck. At minimum, seat belted, but otherwise you can already start choking him. So warming up with that kind of stuff. And another one, turn. I have his far side lapel. I have my knee by his ankle so that it causes a hinge to open the door. I can cause pressure again so Levi can't close it so easy, right? So I would open it, throw the hook in, and now I'd be able to just pull him over with this lapel and take his back. Again, on the other side, I'm here, I have the lapel, I open the door, get my hook in, I can yank this lapel over and take his back. Nice and easy. Okay, so now when we start to do those, he can try and escape the seatbelt, and there's a couple different versions of escaping the back. Number one, like if he's on my back real quick, right, and just, say I escape the hook, and Levi starts to come towards mount, right? There's escaping the back this way, taking the bottom position, and then there's escaping the back where it's like I'm trying to stay on top when I come out of this position. I'm trying to stay on top. There's those two versions, in my opinion, that are really like, one's more of like a hip control, hip tossing, hip wrestling version, and the other one is more dealing with just the foot and hip escaping to take the bottom position. You hit the pause button. Rock and roll. Now we got Levi taking my back, okay? So Levi's got like crab ride, lapel control. He starts to take my back, right? And we're here. Let's turn towards the camera a little bit. Okay, let's talk about tipping, right? When I walk one way with my hips up, look what happens to his body. So my hips are still facing up, my body's still facing up. So I want you to see that. Look how I can lose control of this. He can lose control of some of this hook here. Okay, he can also come up and adjust the position, but I just want you to see that. Also, look what happens when my hips stay facing his hips when I move. He stays totally on my back, right? He stays totally on it. Doesn't work out too well for me. So staying up more will rotate the position a little bit more. Okay, so we know that. So now I'm also, what a lot of people do is they worry about the hooks. When they're worrying about the hooks, they're not really pinching. I want to control his hands. His hands are what I want to feel. And because they're balls, because they're making a fist holding my lapel, he's stuck in between my, that's not going to stay forever, but he's stuck there for a little bit. He wants to come out and choke me. It's going to take a second. You know what I mean? I'm going to be able to predict it. And I know that when I fall this way, usually Levi's going to take this arm out and go for the choke that way because he wants the overhook on the ground side, the underhook on the ceiling side. So knowing that, it can also help to destroy the position just a little bit more. So I would pinch his arm, right, as I'm killing the hook. That's the detail that people leave out. My head's on the side that I want to go to. I start to kill that hook, and I'm going to walk towards him more. Look, I'll continue to walk towards him. Now I'm going to push this knee up and get up underneath him. Do it one more time. Looking back here. So I'm here. I get my head going to the side that I want to go to. I'm pinching his arms real tight like this, like a T-Rex first, and I get that hook going. I want to try to get out of that hook. Let's talk about getting it free with my leg. Watch how I kick my leg straight. And I try and get my knee over his hook. Okay? So I start to walk. I can start to control this knee or pinch. It's going to depend on what he's trying to do. I walk my hips away. Look, walk. Turn back into him, controlling that knee. This one's more like throwing your hips over. Same style position though, okay? I want to get to the same spot that I just landed in, but I want to get there by throwing my hips over. All right, Levi's got my back. He's here. I clear one of his legs, right? His leg got cleared. I'm over here, right? And maybe I'm in this kind of position. Or maybe Levi took my back from this kind of he shot his knees in, right? And I'm not letting him get the hooks yet, right? I don't want him to get those hooks. Maybe my hands are on the hook. Maybe I'm fighting the knees, right? Maybe I'm not letting him get his hooks in yet. Depends on where his feet are at in the game. But what I'm getting at is I don't have his hooks in, okay? So I'm able to turn over. But sometimes I feel his pressure is not allowing me to just turn into him. So what I may have to do is release that pressure by inverting just a little bit, turning my hips towards him, throwing my hips over, and then grabbing the legs again, trying to wrestle back into that position. I'll look at it again. Over here, maybe I killed the hook and I got outside of it. I'm over here like this. There's too much pressure on me. I don't want him to come towards me with that knee. I throw my hips up and over, and I control his legs. I can start to push back and control him. Thank you.